I'll just record. Give me a second. Okay. So Edward Bach, he formulated remedies that will be very helpful for everyone. So he studied medicine, which is the allopathic uh, medicine, and after that he slowly changed it to the flower essence, which are the batch flower remedies. So how does it help for any element, whether it's a problem with bones or muscles or tissues or problem in the brain? How does it help? So he took a deep study for 8 years and came to a conclusion that there are 7 emotional states, and the 7 emotional states will will be the reason for any disease. So this is actually related with the 7 chakras in your body. So if you look at the chakras, to understand the chakras, it's an energy body. We have the physical body. We have like hand, fingers, nail, hair, head, eyes, everything. Whichever you can cut, whichever you can examine, it's a physical body. What is something is that behind the physical body, there is something, the energy body, which you can not examine through your eyes, but you can feel it, the feeling. So we must all know this before prescribing remedies, because you have to understand what is the actual feeling. So to go with the feeling of a person, it could be like fear. He's fearing about something, uncertainty, like worrying about tomorrow, lack of interest, something is going on in his head, loneliness, he's like alone from the rest of the crowd. Influence and ideas is something like he's copying, he is like comparing himself to others. And despondency is something like he wants to compete with a system, blaming the government, or like blaming the society. Welfare of others is about like trying to control someone, trying to make their lives happier, and your lives get into trouble. So these are the 7 major chakras. Also, if you look at the chakras, you have different chakras from the base. So it is for fear. So if your basal chakra or the root chakra is blocked, we will get some fear. And the sacral chakra is there above that, and above that solar plexus. So if it is blocked, we'll get some greediness, or uh, whatever chakras is blocked, that region will get affected. So if more people get fear, the problem with their reproductive, or the product with something with kidneys, something with the with that region. Heart, you already know that it's a heart chakra. Throat means like thyroid problem. Third eye means something with the brain, they have some problem. So what this batch flower remedies will do, it will bring a positivity in your life. The more positive you are, then the problem fades away itself. So there are lots of people who have cancer. So they will, in the early stages, they suffer with cancer. So for cancer, there's a good medicine here. So it is based on my research. It's called Holy. So if you get this remedy, if you can give it to somebody, there will be some hope in their life, and you can see the changes within a month or within 3 months. The major mistake everyone does is in prescribing. They will not be able to judge the situation, and they will prescribe wrongly. That will be one issue. And the second one is not taking the remedies in a right way, not continuing to take the remedies for at least 3 months, at least 70 days. So this is the major thing everybody does. So we have seen some remedies in the previous class. I told you about fear, uncertainty, everything, rock rose. So we have seen this group already, this group uncertainty already. So third group is called the lack of interest. So this group is also we have seen. So let's start with the group 4. It's called the loneliness. So what is loneliness? Loneliness is something you are left alone. You will have a feeling that nobody is there to take care of you, or you want to be alone, just like an introvert. So you have to examine carefully whenever a person comes to you. You have to think about the situation exactly. So only when you understand the situation in their shoes, you will be able to prescribe, or else you can keep on prescribing all the 38 remedies. So that is not going to work. Two or three remedies which you feel they have this strong emotion, something like fear, something like uncertainty. They are having the strong fear, and when you have hope that these remedies will work, then it will start working. So there is no uh, thumb rule, like for this you can give this, for this element you can give this. So it's based on emotion, it's based on the underlying effect. So what I did is I will use every time my system is completely different, and it's based on horary. Horary means like it's a form of astrology. Whatever right now the time is like October 2nd, uh, 5:18 p.m. Right now I have a software in my phone and my laptop. So when I cast a chart, so astrological chart, how are the planets looking? So what will be the most important emotional state? So I have to check that. So there will be like seven. You cannot go with seven. One or two is enough, or three at the max is enough. So right now, if I check right now, I got this like influence and ideas. So this is for right now. You asked at the same thing also I prescribed that day. So you can see that agreement is here. The same thing I prescribed that day. So it will be like agreement, centauri, walnut, or holly. So you can use any one of these remedies. So you have to analyze again. So I found the group. Again, I need to analyze a little bit. What is the actual emotion? Whether it's like agreement, or whether it's something with too much tiredness, or whether I need to change, come out of the situation, just like an addiction, or it is something I'm having so much hatred. So I told you like for cancer, Holly is the remedy because the cells will hate each other. It's like hatred. So the cells will keep on fighting and the blood count will reduce. So Holly will be a good remedy for them. For addictions, any type of addictions, drinking, smoking, or any addictions, you can go with walnut. So what is Centauri? Centauri is for someone who wants to recover after some disease. So I'm having so much disease, I want to recover. So that is Centauri. And what is like agrimony? Agrimony is something for a person hiding feelings. So they don't want to express that they have a lot of problems, but it doesn't translate exact in the same way. You have to judge it even more emotionally, even more based on your learning and whatever the patience is. So you cannot quickly come to a conclusion that this will be the remedy, and you have to go through a lot of questions by yourself and prescribe remedy. So there will be various reasons for prescribing agreement that day. So it's not just hiding your feelings. That's not the only reason, and that may or may not be correct. So if you read the remedies, there will be more things related to this. The flower will be related to some sort of disease. The flower will be like different flowers have different emotional states. So they'll be having different healing properties. But overall, these remedies will bring positivity in your life. Every problem you will have is because of stress. So if you avoid stress, you will get better. So the easiest one is doing pranayama. Probably you have uh, read about it, learned it. So if you do that, you will get more oxygen in your body. So oxygen in your, we all inhale oxygen, but we are not sure. So but when you do it in a mindful state, when you do it as a practice regularly, calming your mind and doing the one thing with awareness, you will take more oxygen, and oxygen will help to heal all your problems. So you are taking the universal energy from the sun, moon, whatever it may be, or the external higher source. That energy is helping you. So that is called healing. And another easiest way is the batch flower remedies. So you can take that remedy, agrimony that I gave you sometime before. You can take that. You can continue it right now. Also, based on the chart, right now it's already like 5 minutes past, but still it's showing this group. It could be one of these remedies, and agrimony will be a remedy for you. So you can keep taking that remedy.
Sir, voice is flickering, sir.
Can you hear right now?
I can hear you, but it is flickering like.
Voice is breaking.
Yes. Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I will just continue. So today we'll learn about some. I already told you about this group. We'll learn about water violet impatience heater today. I have given everything in my course. I'll send you the link on WhatsApp. I mean on Facebook. You can check that Facebook group as well. In the messenger, I will send you the message about my course. There I have explained everything about all the remedies. So start with practicing whatever you know. Don't confuse, don't take too much of remedies. You have to dilute every time. So this thing I told you already, the dosage should be like minimum dosage. It should be like 7 days, and you can keep taking it until you recover. So it can be like for 70 days. So this is an additional remedy. Whatever the allopathic remedies prescribe, you can take it along, and after you feel better, you can consult with your doctor, and then you can reduce it or make it minimum or completely avoid it. So never overthink the situation, and like don't confuse more than 30 minutes thinking about the problem. So if you learn about horary astrology a little bit, it'll be easy to identify the emotional states easier. So we will see about water violet impatience heater, and we'll complete. I will tell you an example also for water violet. So this is something with the loneliness group. Loneliness is someone who is an introvert. He doesn't want to interfere with others matters, and he doesn't even help. Also, he wanted to be on his own. He wants to work. These people will start working on themselves. They'll keep on working. So they don't want to mingle with the crowd. They never watch movies or like going to a social gathering, cinema theater, or like uh, any social gathering. They will avoid. So what happens is that they have like so much of pride. They are only superior, and so there will be a stage in everybody's life after uh, someone passing away in the family. There will be a change in the family. So there is a person after her death of her husband. She was all alone, and suddenly she wanted to depend on other people. So what happens is that the relatives started to add their own answers. They want to add something in her life. So they were giving her suggestions, a lot of suggestions. do this, do that. So being an introvert all these years, and suddenly she wanted to be like uh, taken care by somebody, and this caused her a lot of problems. She got it to get a lot of health problems. So every problem starts in the mind. When your emotions are good, you will never get any disease. So these days, because of improper diet and like too much TV, too much mobile phones, and a lot of unwanted things, we are getting into trouble. We have less energy, we have like low energy, our energy is very dull, we are depressed all the time. So everybody will go through these ups and downs, and we have to be more positive. We have to be like taking the right remedy to recover back. So she was into this trauma, and she got it. She started to get like skin problem. So what is the reason behind skin problem? Suddenly she started to get some like skin disease, and emotionally she was troubled because all her relatives, like, they want to dominate, they wanted to be like interfering in her life. So water violet was the remedy for her. So this is the dominant one, this is the first remedy. And after 3 or 4 months she was feeling better. So she was taking ointments, and she was going to the allopathic doctor, skin specialist, and this was an additional. So this gave some hope to that person. It's not just that batch flower remedies alone will work, but it will heal faster. Once the healing happens, your other remedies, other medicines will not be a need. So the situation has to be analyzed very carefully. Everyone will be like, one remedy will heal your emotional state. So suppose like I'll tell another thing. So when I tell about heather, I'll tell that thing. So impatience, what is impatience? Impatience is something like I told you, this group people, they will work on their own. They don't need somebody's interference. They are introvert independent people. They are very clever. They want to complete their own work. So what happens when they find someone not working, like somebody very slow, somebody is like uh, it's not like obeying, but if they find somebody working uh, in a poor state than them in a gym, so the trainer is there, gym trainer is there. If you find somebody like a newbie, he will be like shouting at them. Suppose have you seen master chef? So in the master chef, there will be like one head chef, and he will be like shouting at other people. So those people need like impatience, they are impatient, so they need patience. So this is a remedy for uh, they are lonely, they are feeling lonely after a period of some time. It usually happens after like 40 years. They are left alone, and they wanted to do things very hurriedly, but they will get frustrated because the other person is not uh, having a good tie up with them. The other person is not cooperating. Suppose a mother says like to his son, go to the shop. She needs to tell it like 10 times, go to the shop, go to the shop, like that. So she will get upset, she will get so much of impatience. So this is a common thing, but you have to analyze whether impatience will suit them. So you have to judge them. So with a little bit of astrology, with a little bit of if you know tarot reading, you can combine both these worlds. So you can combine bachelor remedies with the tarot or any form of astrology reading. So after that, you can come to your conclusion. This will be a clear idea. Suppose a patient says you something, you will understand something, but actually it will be a different thing. So there are three views in every situation. The person is feeling something, you will understand something, and what actually it is. So you have to find what is actually it is, so that uh, you prescribe the right remedies. So astrology will definitely help that, and you will find some details in my course. If you want to learn that, it will take a lot of time. But if when you learn that, your consultation, your uh, prescribing rate will increase. You will prescribe within like 15 minutes. So you don't need the personal history of the patient. You don't need to know their lifestyle or any data about them, any information about them. You can just look at the astrological chart while they are consulting. Look at the time. Right now, if I want to consult, right now the time is 5:33. So if you look at the chart, I'll just look at the chart right now. So there will be one planet showing what is the problem. So I have decoded it with the emotional state. So right now it's showing like lack of interest. Suppose if somebody asks me any question right now, but or someone came for a consulting right now, so I will pick the remedies from lack of interest group. So that's how it works. So we have to be more watchful when prescribing the remedies. So final one, I will tell you about heather. So what is heather? So heather is something like a person tells more about their sufferings. So older elder people around like 70 years of age, they will keep on telling lot of problems. I have this problem, I have that one, I have that one. But you have to check whether they are under the loneliness group. If they don't come under the loneliness group, they are working on themselves, and suddenly certain things happen in their life, then it's not going to suit them. So you have to be very careful in picking this remedy. So I almost forgot that incident. I kept it in mind, but right now I don't have that. So heather is for people who are telling them telling others about their suffering. So how to remember all these remedies? So I'll tell you one tip. This tip is also in my course. Also, you can find every details in the course. So, and if you know little bit of astrology, you can easily prescribe for anyone. So how to know about all these remedies? How to remember? So this it's called the like picture method. So we have some friends, relatives, or somebody we know already. You have to relate them to the emotional state. Suppose one of my friend, he always keeps on uh, daydreaming. He will be thinking about cars. He will be thinking about how he will become in the future. So I will remember him as Clematis. So whenever I think of Clematis, I'll picture him. So this person will daydream. So I'll be able to uh, easily prescribe this remedy, or else you can keep a short notes uh, on your table. It's going to be like just one or two papers. You can copy everything, write it in a neat manner, and prescribe whatever you know. Take whatever you know. Don't overthink too much. So all these remedies will be very helpful. You have to find the right remedy. Even with homeopathy also, if you don't pick the right remedy, it's not going to work. There are no side effects for it. There are no side effects for bachelor remedies. Biosols, I do have a course on biosols. For some people bachelor remedies will work, for some people biosols will work, for some people homeopathy will work, and for some people there will be other system that will be working. So you have to analyze with the horary astrology. That's the most important thing. What is going to work and what is not going to work. You have to find it one, and what is the actual problem. So you have to have it clear in your mind. Okay.